In 2007, our family's life changed. She came to me one day and she said, I have a lump and I'm real concerned about it and I need to go see the doctor.
They determined it indeed was cancerous, and they also determined that it was very fast growing and very aggressive.
The first thing I said to her was, should we look at some options that are out there?
There really wasn't a lot of time to consider holistic methods.
We did what the doctor said. She went in and had a mastectomy, and there was a lot of complications just in the process of having that done.
About the time I was supposed to have the port put in for chemo, I developed the MRSA staph infection, and they had to go back in. So you're talking 3 surgeries in about a 6 to 7 week time frame. That put me mentally and physically behind the 8 ball for chemo.
You've got 5 kids, and this is a hard thing to go to the kids and talk to them about to begin with. I remember when our friend passed away, and I took the kids to the funeral. There was so much emotion, and at the time, Jamie, she had the bandana, she had no hair, she was going through chemo, she was in the heart of this whole situation. The kids all looked at me and they were still all teared up, and they're like, Dad, what's going to happen to Mom?
It was important to me that I get better for my kids, and almost a year later, I wasn't getting there.
Knowing that the doctors don't give you any kind of guarantee drove me to researching and knowing a lot more about the situation we were in.
My husband decided to find something that would make me feel better.
I spent countless hours online talking to people that had been through it, talking to doctors, talking to holistic type practitioners.
I had to have been taking 16 to 20 supplements at that time, and they just weren't making me feel better. I was taking them because everybody said they were good for me and it would help me get better, but it didn't. On Warren's journey to find something to make me feel better, he was introduced to superfoods.
Superfoods are foods that are grown in nutrient-dense soils. The soils in this country have changed over 30, 40 years. I was able to provide to my wife, at her worst point, some of these types of superfoods. And what it did was it changed her.
For me, it was like the clouds parted and the sunshine came through.
I was out on a job site and she contacted me and said, I don't know what's going on, but I'm cooking dinner today. And that was the first time in probably a year.
I felt so good, and I didn't realize how bad I felt until I felt good. That took him on a path to find out everything he could about superfoods and how nutritionally sound they were.
And I went to different parts of the world to look at different foods, to see how they grow, to understand, to talk to people, and I looked at the types of disease and illness that people were getting in those different parts of the country, and they were at much lower rates. It was exciting.
It's wonderful to get up in the morning and go and feel good and just live life.
When things changed for her as drastically as they did, when I was able to find superfoods and she was introduced to those, we have to help people go down that same path. We don't have a choice. That completely changed my focus. What I found from people consuming these types of products that come from these nutrient-dense soils is it impacts every part of their physical being. It impacts them mentally, physically. It changes everything. That was the genesis for Terra Biotech. That's the mission that we're on. That's our purpose.